a little away from home. We want to thank you for taking the time that you took this morning. We know it's a very busy weekend, and to bring your children out to come to see a little snippet of Jack and the Magic Beans, which the Kirk Players, the local community service group, is putting on next week, the 13th, 14th, and 15th of April. Please be sure to take a flyer or a brochure on your way out if you're not familiar with us, or you'd like to come back and see the whole show, okay? We're going to share with you this morning about 12, 13 minutes, Sheila, of Jack and the Magic Beans. Now, how many of you are familiar with the story of Jack and the Beanstalk? Jack and the Beanstalk. What do you know about Jack and the Beanstalk? Yes. He climbed the beanstalk. Yes. What about you? No? What about you, sweetheart? What do you know? The beanstalk grew. Yes, very tall. What else do you know about the story? Yes. Your name is Jack? That's pretty cool. How many kids here are named Jack? All right, we got a Jack here in the front row. Yes, sweetie. The Golden Goose. Yes, if we all remember the story, it's a folk tale, okay? And it was created many years ago. As a matter of fact, it was recorded back in its earliest time, the story of Jack and the Beanstalk, in the Viking area, okay? Norway and Finland. And then it caught on in England and became a wonderful ritual story told all the time. It got into print about 1800. That's about 220 years ago, okay? So it's a very old story. And we are going to have some fun doing it in a style, okay? In a style of the 1960s, all right? So you're not going to see your normal fairy tale type stuff. You're going to see some fun stuff from the 1960s, all right? I'm not going to go into too much because we have a lot of youngsters here who don't care about the 60s, all right? Like my stage director and I do. We grew up in the 60s and we thought it'd be kind of fun because of the culture. But come and see the show and you'll see more of what we're talking about in terms of the 60s. Now, today you're going to meet, who do you think? Jack. You're going to meet Jack. And who else do you think you're going to meet today?
The giant beanstalk.
You're going to meet the giant, okay? And he's going to be big.
Very big.
And gigantic. And he is ready to put Jack away. And we don't want that to happen, do we? All right? So we want to pull for Jack when we see him. We're going to also see the housekeeper that runs the castle for Jack, and we're going to see his kitchen staff. Because what do we know about the giant? What do we know about the giant?
He had a fat tummy.
And he loves to eat. He loves to eat. So that's what we know about the giant. So you're going to see part of that scene today. All right? Okay, let me check my cheat sheet and see if I've missed anything. After the show, we'll have some questions, and we'd like to introduce the rest of my Kirk Player team after the show, so please don't come up right away. I'll come back out. We'll take some questions, and I'd like to introduce the rest of our Kirk Player team here today, okay? Because there's quite a few of us. And at this very moment, we're also building the set over at Mundelein High School on their theater auditorium, so that we're ready for you all when you come back to see it. All right, so Sheila, without further ado, let's all go and see Jack and the Magic Beans.